Welcome to our channel. Before we get started, please consider liking and subscribing so we can bring more stories like this to you.
Jason Statham leaned back in his chair, the soft hum of the cafe around him a stark contrast to the life he once led. Once a top operative known for his unmatched skills in high-stakes operations, he had traded the thrill of danger for a quieter existence. With a mug of coffee warming his hands, Jason relished the simple routine, until the day fate knocked on his door as a distant memory of gunfire and adrenaline began to fade. News of a breakthrough in medical science shattered his newfound tranquility. Dr. Emily Carter, a brilliant researcher teetering on the brink of a cure for a deadly disease, was making headlines. Yet, with recognition came peril. Shadowy biotech criminals would stop at nothing to seize her discovery for themselves. When an old ally reached out with urgency in his voice, Jason felt the familiar spark ignite within him. He knew he couldn't ignore this call to action. Once again, he would find himself drawn into a world where lives were at stake and danger lurked. Around every corner, Dr. Emily Carter stood in her laboratory, surrounded by shelves filled with vials and scientific journals, her eyes alight with determination. For years, she had dedicated her life to researching a cure for a deadly disease that had claimed countless lives. Each day was marked by late nights and relentless experimentation, but today felt different. The culmination of her hard work was finally within reach. As she meticulously adjusted the settings on her equipment, Emily's heart raced with anticipation. The preliminary results of her latest trial suggested that she might have discovered a groundbreaking treatment, one that could not only alleviate symptoms but potentially eradicate the disease altogether. The thought of making a difference fueled her passion, a flame that burned brightly despite the obstacles she faced. However, the excitement in her heart was soon tempered by an unsettling awareness of the dangers lurking beyond her lab's walls. With whispers of corporate greed and unethical motives echoing in her mind, Emily knew that her discovery made her a target for those who would exploit it for profit, intensifying her resolve to protect what she had created. As Emily pored over her research, a dark undercurrent of fear began to swirl around her groundbreaking discovery. Unbeknownst to her, several powerful biotech firms had been monitoring her progress, their greed blurring the lines of ethics and morality in their pursuit of profit. These criminals were willing to resort to any means necessary to acquire her findings before they reached the public in the shadows. A clandestine group plotted their move, comprised of skilled hackers and mercenaries who specialized in corporate espionage. They saw Emily not just as a scientist but as an obstacle between them and limitless wealth. Conversations brimming with conspiratorial intent echoed through dimly lit conference rooms, where deals were forged and plans laid for infiltration. Meanwhile, as Emily's anticipation grew, so did the tension surrounding her work. She sensed the danger creeping closer but remained resolute in her mission. Just as she thought she was on the cusp of salvation, she became acutely aware that with every breakthrough came a heightened risk, one that could jeopardize everything she had fought for. Jason Statham paced in his modest apartment, the weight of the world gradually urging him back into action. The call from his old ally lingered in his mind, the urgency in the man's voice painting a vivid picture of Emily's perilous situation. He recalled the countless missions where lives hung in the balance, and now, once again, he felt that familiar pull, the obligation to protect someone innocent from looming threats. Determined to act, Jason began gathering his resources, revisiting the skills he had long set aside. He pulled up files on Emily's research and every detail of the biotech firms rumored to be after her work. The more he learned, the deeper his resolve became. This was not just about safeguarding a cure. It was about defending a passionate soul risking everything for humanity's sake. With a final glance at a faded photograph of his former self, a man who thrived in chaos, Jason donned his jacket and stepped out into the night. His mission was clear. He would be Emily's guardian, ready to confront whatever danger awaited them both. When Jason arrived at Emily's laboratory, the tension in the air was palpable. She was immersed in her work, eyes darting between screens, oblivious to the looming danger. The moment she noticed him, surprise turned to skepticism. Here was a man who represented a world she had no interest in, a world of violence and chaos. Jason, on the other hand, could see her intensity and passion as she defended her research like a lioness protecting her cubs. Their initial exchanges were marked by uncertainty. Emily questioned Jason's intentions while he struggled to communicate the seriousness of her predicament. However, as they began to strategize for potential threats, a new dynamic emerged. He listened as she explained the intricacies of her discovery, genuinely impressed by her intellect and determination. Gradually, trust began to build through shared glances and quiet conversations amidst the hum of machines as they prepared for the challenges. Ahead, an unspoken bond started to form, one that combined Jason's expertise with Emily's passion for saving lives, forging a powerful partnership against their common enemy. The hum of lab equipment filled the air as Jason and Emily worked late into the night, poring over research notes amid the flickering fluorescent lights. Just as they began to feel a sense of security, the sudden sound of shattering glass shattered the calm. Jason's instincts kicked in instantaneously. He pushed Emily behind a sturdy workbench, scanning the room for any sign of danger. Through a broken window, shadows crept into the lab. Two masked figures armed with weapons. Jason's heart raced. But he remained composed. He signaled to Emily to stay low while he moved swiftly to grab a nearby fire extinguisher. With a precise swing, he unleashed a cloud of foam toward the intruders, momentarily blinding them as the criminals staggered back. Jason charged forward. Employing quick reflexes honed from years of experience, he dispatched one assailant with a powerful blow while deftly avoiding gunfire aimed at him. Every move was calculated, showcasing his unwavering commitment to protect Emily and her invaluable research amidst the chaos and the aftermath of the ambush. Jason knew they had to leave the city immediately. He grabbed Emily's hand, leading her through a maze of back alleys, utilizing his keen sense of direction to keep them away from the main roads where danger lurked. The sound of sirens echoed in the distance, a reminder that their pursuers were not far behind. As they reached a nondescript van parked in a secluded area, Jason quickly assessed their surroundings, ensuring no eyes were upon them. He had stashed emergency supplies inside: a first aid kit, extra clothing, and maps of nearby routes. With Emily safely tucked inside, he started the engine and maneuvered the vehicle through less traveled streets. Jason's heart raced as he expertly navigated tight corners and bypassed checkpoints, always staying one step ahead of their potential captors. They exchanged worried glances but also shared a growing sense of determination. They were united in this fight. With each mile they put between themselves and the threat, Jason felt a renewed sense of purpose. He would do whatever it took to protect Emily and her groundbreaking discovery. As Jason and Emily lay low in a temporary safe house, the gravity of their situation began to unfold. Scouring through documents and files on Emily's laptop, Jason stumbled upon encrypted communications that revealed a deeper conspiracy at play. The biotech criminals weren't merely after her research. They were part of a larger syndicate planning to monopolize the cure for themselves, ensuring that millions remained dependent on their overpriced medications, even if they had the means to save lives. Emily's eyes widened as she read alongside him, realizing that her breakthrough was not just a cure, but a weapon in a corporate battle for profit. The urgency escalated. Not only were their lives at risk, but so were the futures of countless patients suffering from the disease she aimed to eradicate. With time running out, they devised a plan to expose the conspiracy publicly, knowing this was their chance to shift the balance against those who sought to exploit her work. The stakes had never been higher, galvanizing their commitment to fight back. As Jason and Emily prepared to launch their plan to expose the conspiracy, the emotional tension between them became increasingly palpable. Huddled together in the dim light of the safe house, they shared more than just a mission. They exchanged their fears and hopes, recognizing the weight of their mutual responsibilities. Emily's vulnerability surfaced as she admitted how deeply she cared about her research and the lives it could save. While Jason revealed his past regrets, battles fought not just against enemies, but also his own demons. In fleeting moments between discussions of strategy, their glances lingered a bit longer, and tentative touches sparked unexpected feelings. Each smile shared felt like a promise amidst chaos, a reminder that they were not alone in this fight. Yet underlying their budding affection was a palpable anxiety, the knowledge that every step they took could lead them into danger. As night fell and shadows danced across the walls, both knew that love and duty were now intertwined, binding them in a way they never anticipated as they faced an uncertain future together. The tension crackled in the air as Jason and Emily prepared for the ultimate showdown. They had tracked the biotech criminals to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city, a place where shadows mingled with danger. Armed with a makeshift plan and their resolve, they entered cautiously, aware that this moment would determine their fates as they navigated through the darkened corridors. Adrenaline surged through Jason's veins. He knew the stakes were high. Emily's groundbreaking research depended on their success. Suddenly, they were ambushed by mercenaries who had been lying in wait. Gunfire erupted, echoing through the empty space as Jason instinctively moved to shield Emily. Utilizing every skill he had honed over years of combat, Jason fought back, employing agility and strategy to outmaneuver the attackers with fierce determination. He dispatched one assailant after another, all while keeping a protective eye on Emily as they battled their way toward the main room. Jason felt an unwavering sense of purpose. He would do anything to ensure Emily's discovery was safe and secure from those who sought to exploit AI in the aftermath of the intense showdown. Jason and Emily found themselves grappling with both physical and emotional scars. The warehouse, now silent, bore witness to their harrowing battle and their hard-won victory against the biotech criminals. Emily, though shaken, felt a renewed sense of purpose as she clutched her research notes, knowing that her discovery could finally change lives for the better. Jason, too, had changed. The experience brought back memories of loss and regret, but also solidified his resolve to protect not just Emily but the future she represented. Their bond deepened through shared experiences and unspoken understanding, allowing them to confront their fears and vulnerabilities together as they left the remnants of danger behind them. Jason's protective instincts remained strong, yet he sensed a shift in their dynamic, business partners turned allies. Their connection had transformed into something richer, rooted in trust and mutual respect. Together, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, fueled by the promise of hope and the commitment to fight for what truly mattered. With the threat of the biotech criminals behind them, Jason and Emily began to chart a new course for the future. After much hard work, they successfully prepared to take Emily's research public, ensuring it would reach those in need while implementing robust security measures to protect her findings from future exploitation. Emily's excitement was palpable as she delivered her presentation to a gathering of esteemed medical professionals, showcasing her groundbreaking cure. Jason stood by her side, infused with pride, quietly, reflecting on how far they had come together. The applause that followed felt like a triumph not just for Emily, but for both of them. Her scientific achievements intertwined with his unwavering support as they left the event. Their bond strengthened. They exchanged glances filled with unspoken promises, hinting at future adventures both in their personal lives and within the realm of scientific exploration. They knew this was just the beginning. Together, they would forge a path to protect humanity and fight against corruption, side by side as partners in life and work.